Installing. Please stand by.
I've been receiving strange reports of odd
I'm set. Now just please.
Now has mounted a full counterattack.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by. Primary objective achieved. Welcome back, Commander.
Makes no sense. Hot spots everywhere. Why Southwest Sector 9?
Someone's jamming the secure channel, sir.
You'll come for the sunshine, but you'll stay for the people.
What the hell is this? It's not possible. Punch up the main screen.
If I am cut, do I not bleed? It would be a sad error in judgment, General Solomon, to mistake me for a corpse.
My judgment is sound, Kane. And I'm not afraid of ghosts or you.
Perhaps you should be. I've seen the future. Our Tiberian future. And as you watch this battle just beginning to unfold, I've already seen the final act. It is my destiny to lead the way for all mankind.
Mankind has forgotten you, Kane.
Signal, sir. He's in the southwest.
Get me McNeil.
Blue Recon, what's the intel up ahead?
Chandra, you son of a bitch.
Solomon needs you. Kodiak's waiting.
General Solomon on Secure Channel 4.
Good to see you again, Mac. I wish it were under better circumstances.
It's a light show, all right.
It's more than that. It's Kane.
Sir?
We lost contact with Phoenix at 0800 Zulu. I'm not losing that base, Mac. I'll give you a squad of our best jump troopers to clear the way for your arrival. Good luck, Commander.
The game's afoot. Let's kick some ass.
Establishing battlefield control. Stand by.
Quiet acquired.
Got it.
Reinforcements have arrived. Incoming transmission.
It's not, sir. They came out of nowhere. We have to get back to the base and rebuild the refinery and barracks before they hit us again.
New construction options.
Welcome back, Commander.
Have arrived.
Yes, we're finally here. Finally to Tiberian Sun. Probably my most favorite entry in the Command & Conquer series. As with all beginning levels, we are at a return to form. Right now, I'm just scrolling over the various items that we have. Sadly, the sandbags don't tell us that they're sandbags. Now, for the viewer, I know it said that when I was picking the campaign earlier, I chose a normal difficulty. That, unfortunately, is just from an earlier edit that I'm just lazy, so I didn't cut it out. I'm playing the game on hard. The difficulty is similar to what we've seen in prior games, with a little bit of a twist. In Red Alert, we saw that units behave differently and that they're faster or shoot slower, and so on. That was not only defined just by what nation you were playing, but also with difficulty. In Tiberian Sun, they've done away with that. Now it's back to a cost, and I want to say build speed. I'm probably wrong on that one. I'd have to double check. I know cost for sure is affected, and another thing that is also affected is just how the AI performs in a general sense. The notes do mention that AI is smarter. They'll be more efficient with their units, their composition of forces will be different, smarter in a way. Basically, you probably shouldn't expect one unit and one unit alone, or more specifically one unit type, to win you a mission. Unless it's specifically designed that way, but that's not the point.
Training. Unit ready.
We can see that there's quite a few quality of life improvements so far anyways.
Ready.
We're back to having our radar in the top right. We've got a number of options in which we can do things with. Namely that there is a repair button, a sell button, but in addition there's also a power button and a waypoint button. Obviously, those last two are fairly significant in their utilization. Having waypoints be visible and just, a button, one mouse click away is much more preferable than having to remember shortcuts.
Yes, sir.
Which I will admit I always forget. I play so many video games these days that it's hard to remember some of them. The good thing, though, is that Tiberian Sun is a game far ahead of its own time, and it allowed you to rebind keys.
Yes, sir.
I probably won't be showing that off, either for a long time or ever. There's also a lot going on with the story. Of course, we've seen that Kane is back, but how? Regardless of how you ended the previous playthrough, and if you happen to play through Tiberian Dawn, or otherwise known as just Command & Conquer, Kane was certainly a corpse by the end of the GDI campaign. And if it's not very obvious, the GDI campaign, or both campaigns, will take off from that sort of ending.
Moving out. Infantry reporting.
Tiberium has also gotten a fairly new look, and the overall just detail that is now available, whether it's with the various buildings, the units, or just the terrain itself, allows just so much more detail. And as much as I love Red Alert, it's hard for me not to praise Tiberian Sun for how amazing it is. Now, granted, video games will have gone way past this, and once we get to future installments and more modern games, but at the time, the pre-2000 game, this looked real good. Oh, and Tiberium still kills your units. Some of them, anyways. So always be careful about that sort of thing.
I'm on it.
With regards to the story, I'll have way more time to talk about that in later episodes. So don't worry if there's certain characters that, well, let's just say all the characters aside from Kane are new. And we'll expand upon that once the time becomes available. In the meantime, though, this acts as a very easy, forgiving, and just basic starting level. It shows you a lot of the different interactions that can happen, and just how detailed the engine, or how more complex, I should say, the engine has become. Having stuff like meteorites come in from off-screen and blow up a bridge. We can already see that there are repair huts as well, so bridges are no longer a one-and-done deal. If you find yourself on the wrong side of a bridge, and you leave it undefended, you could run the risk of a base being overrun.
Unit ready.
Waypoints are also much more powerful. You can do things like having it be a looping waypoint, so you immediately have a patrol set up. You can have it so that units will, you can set them on like a guard setting, so that instead of just patrolling, they will patrol and defend, or attack if need be. Another thing that's fairly awesome is that there is destructible terrain in the form of cliff faces. These will almost always bring you to a sort of secret location. I probably shouldn't say secret, but it effectively allows you to gain an advantage or open up a second front or do something. It's useful to explore the map now. It isn't to say that in prior games it was useless, but I feel like Tiberian Sun just adds that much more, not only with its verticality in the map, but with the various lighting effects, and trees, and just how everything is built. Basically, it's hard for me not to gush about this game continuously.
Loud and clear.
Just like how we saw some old refinery and old power plant buildings, which are very nice retouches of Tiberian Dawn stuff.
Waiting order.
Mission accomplished.